Hey everyone, Chart Stoppers back with another video. In this channel we take a look at different stocks and map out their key support and resistance areas on their daily chart. It's important to know these areas before you buy any stock, and it's also important to know what kind of a trend a stock is in before you buy into it. Support and resistance is one of the most important things you should know about a stock before you either buy or sell. And also, if you're doing any day trading, swing trading, or options trading, you're definitely going to want to get familiar with this channel and support and resistance areas. Now, just to let you know, I'm not a financial expert. These videos are for educational purposes only, but I am here to point out key factors on the charts which do impact the price action of a stock. And I also provided a link in the description for Webull. You could use it if you need to start an account, and you'll get 2 free stocks. I also provided a link for Robinhood. You could use that to start an account, and you'll get 1 free stock. And just to let you guys know, I will be doing 3 videos per week on 3 different stocks. So if you have a recommendation for a video, leave a comment below and I will try to get to it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new content here. Okay, so let's get into the market today. Today is October 28th, 2021. It is Thursday. You can see it is a green day in the market. The S&P 500 is up 0.66%. The Dow is up 0.41%. And the NASDAQ is leading the way up over 1% at 1.05%. So hopefully everyone's having a good week and a good day today. And we finish out tomorrow with a green day also. So let's get into the stock I wanted to take a look at today. Today I'm going to be covering Draftkings. I've done a few videos on this one in the past. I'll provide a link in the upper right hand corner to the most recent one, and you could go back and check that video out if you want to see how I got to where my chart is today. You should be seeing that link right about now. But at the time of this recording, Draftkings is currently trading at $47.68. Today it is currently down 14 cents, which is the equivalent of about 0.30%. In the past week, this stock is down 1.67%, and in the past month, it is down 3.79%. Over the past 3 months, this stock is pretty much flat. It's down 2.61%, so not much happening in the past couple months with this stock, okay? Not really anything. And in the past year, it's still up 26.84%. Okay, so not, you had a lot better returns, going back to around this area, which was earlier this year. But this stock has really been up and down lately. Okay, as you can see from the chart here, it's like a roller coaster with this stock. All right, and we'll get into the chart here. As you can see, we do have a 52-week high of $74.38. And zooming in here, you could see we hit that on March 22nd of earlier this year. And we kind of stayed up there for a while. We were up at that level from the beginning of March to around the end of March. So we stayed up at around the 70s. For about a month there, okay, and then we fell from that level, okay. But going back to the beginning here, you could see we had a base of around $10 because this stock did start from a SPAC. So we know all SPACs come from a base of around $10. And then it really took off from there, okay. You could see the initial pop. We had a little bit of a dip, and then it really just took off. You could see it went straight up here, and it never looked back, never came back below $30 here. All right, so it went straight up, reached that $30 threshold, and never dropped below there. And this was after May of 2020. So after it hit $30, never dipped below there after that. And that was major support, $30 there. And, after that, it's kind of been a roller coaster ride. It's been on a nice trend, as you could see from the trend line I have drawn here. But we've also had some other nice trends that it has been on that have been broken. Okay, so, just because it's on a nice trend here, we did have some other trend lines that I did have on my other videos that were broken. So, you could see from the big drops on the chart, those were trends getting broken here. So, just because it's trading on a nice uptrend here, don't be fooled by that, because that could be broken at any time, as you could see from the big drops in the stock here. Okay, so let's get into our support and resistance line. You could see starting up top here, I have a line drawn at $72. That is the area where we need to get to, and we need to close a day above there and hold above there if we want to see this thing get to new highs here. We've been above there intraday, but we've never been able to close a day above $72, okay? You could see that we've made it there. The closing of this candle right here was 71.98, so we've never closed above 72 like I said. So we're going to need to see a day close above 72 if we want to move on to a new high. Okay, now going down our chart, I have resistance at $64.50. You could see on the way up, we hit that point right here. This was back in October of last year, so just about a year ago. We hit that point, got rejected off of there. I think this was around the time they did a stock offering and they raised money, and that was when the stock dropped dramatically here, all the way from the price of $65 down to $35. So you saw the stock pretty much get almost cut in half there. That was because they raised money and did a stock offering. But then after hitting that $35, the stock pretty much went on to double after that. So you could see the dramatic movements this stock makes here. And like I said, it is a roller coaster with this stock. But $64.50 is resistance. You could see after hitting it here, we have a clear resistance point right here. Clear resistance right here after hitting it again. This was back in February of this year. Clear resistance right here. This was back in April. And clear resistance here. This was back in early September, just a couple months ago, as we got rejected off this area of $64.50. So we're going to need to watch that point in the future. If we do get back up to this area here, that will be a big hurdle to get past $64.50. Okay, now going down our chart, we don't really have anything in this area to look out for. Not much support or resistance in this area. Next thing to go off of is around $44.85. That's where I have support coming in, and this is going to be a crucial point in the next couple days and weeks to come here. Because as you can see from our chart, let me zoom in for you, and let me zoom in pretty good here so you guys can see what we've been looking at here. Just looking at our chart here, you could see this daily chart has been setting up as a head and shoulders pattern. Okay, going back to around August of last year, it has started to make one big head and shoulders pattern with the left shoulder right here. As you can see from my mouse, this is the left shoulder, the head right here in the middle. Hope you guys can see me tracing this out with my mouse. And the right shoulder right here, right on the right side. So that is a head and shoulders pattern. And for me, I have my neckline is going to be around $44.85. That's where I had former resistance right here back in June of 2020. You could see the stock got rejected off of that area on the way up. So this is support that we've hit a couple times here. As you can see, this was support here back in early January right here. We had support here. This was back in May of earlier this year. We had a touch off this line right here. This was back in June. And it looks like right here in July we had support. And now it looks like we're getting pretty close to the support line now. So this is going to be our neckline for our head and shoulders pattern. And if we break down this neckline, if we drop below this support line, we might be looking at a drop towards that $35 here. This next $35 support line, which is down here where we dropped from this dramatic 65 or 64.50 to 35 right here. Okay, and just to throw in another thing here, you could see this trend line that I drew in green here that we've been following since going back to May of 2020 here, we've been going along this trend line, a nice little uptrend. You know, that is intersecting with our $44.85 support line right here. So if we were to drop below that trend line, which is slightly above our let me zoom in here so you guys can see this. It is slightly above our support line. So if we drop below this, if we drop below our trend line, that might cause a sell-off, just breaking that trend, and that could cause an even bigger sell-off to cause us to break our support here. So what I'm trying to say here is if we break this trend line, this uptrend we've been on for since May of last year here, and we break that trend line, it could cause a snowball effect, causing us to break our support line here at $44.85, and that could cause us for this head and shoulders pattern to be in effect, and ultimately cause us maybe to drop towards this $35 support down here. Okay, so but if we did that, if that happened, and if we did come down and retest this $35 support, you better believe I would have some limit buy orders set in this area. Not even maybe at $35, maybe a little bit above, around the $40 area, because you could see that was support also around that $40 area. You could see we had a bounce off that $40 area because that will get bought up in a hurry. So keep some orders open if you're looking to grab this stock at a lower price, because that will get bought up in a hurry if you're looking to get it at a lower price. All right, so those are just some ideas that you know, I've been looking at. Let's take a look at the moving averages, see what we're looking like on our chart here. And you could see the 200-day is all the way up here at $54.74 in the yellow. The 50-day not too far below it in the blue at $53.61. The 21-day acting as resistance here, you could see in the light blue. And we are below our 8-day also in the white. So we don't have any momentum here in this stock. It looks like the momentum has dried up, and it's not looking good here for this, you know, trend right here. So we'll keep an eye on this. Let's switch over to the weekly chart, see if we could find anything on there. And not really any support here from any moving averages on the weekly chart. So this is going to be interesting how this plays out. Hopefully maybe there will be a catalyst coming up to bump this thing up and get it going. We're going to need something. Otherwise, I'm afraid maybe this thing might break this trend line and the support. Okay, but we're going to have to keep an eye on this in the next couple weeks and see what it does here. All right, so switching back over to the daily chart. For one last look, zooming out. So that's what we got, and we'll watch it in the next couple weeks. All right, so that's my update on Draftkings. If you guys liked it, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any videos like this. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time on Chart Stoppers.